Good day, all. Welcome to another edition of Local Legislator Live at 11. I'm your host, Charles Gates, and this is a raw edition with none other than Ronnie Davis Jr.'s from Another Level Youth and Family Services. Before we begin, I want to tell you a little bit about us. We are Local Legislator Live at 11, part of locallegislator.net, where our mission is to be the premier source of of local election information in the United States and an advocate for the sustainability of local businesses nationwide. Mr. Davis, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing fantastic, Mr. Gates. How about yourself, sir?
If I was any brighter, I'd be a star up in the sky. But
Shine
let
bright.
shining bright. Let me start by asking you this question that I ask most of our guests.
Yes,
What
sir.
led you to create Another Level Youth and Family Services, and how long have you been in business?
Wow. What led me to create it? That's a big question, but I can answer it in a short time. Um, it's always been a passion of mine to work with people. I did a sales position, this and the third, a couple of different things. But with this, I actually was a music mentor at an agency very similar to mine. And during that 8-week summer camp, providing music services, I fell in love with it. With what everyone was calling at risk and trouble, I didn't see that at all. I saw kids who were misled, misguided, and misunderstood. And unfortunately, I saw myself in a lot of these kids. I understood where they was coming from. So I took the resources I had. Going back to school wasn't an option to spend another 4 years and so forth. So I kind of jumped a couple of hurdles and went straight to the top, which is ownership. Um, it took me 2.5 years of extreme paperwork submissions and, unforeseen circumstances, but I was able to get licensed by the state funded, insured, credential, and now we're here. We'll be celebrating our full 10-year service September 28th, to be exact. I'm privileged, I'm humble, and I'm thankful to have survived so many different changes with the state and the legislation in terms of mental health services and so forth. But we're here to stay and continue the good work.
Good work indeed. Well, I must say, congratulations on your upcoming 10th anniversary,
Yes,
which,
sir.
by the way, is one day after my daughter's birthday. So I will
Oh,
be sending
wow.
you a shout out as well.
There you go.
Now, your mission and vision statements, they are very powerful. In fact, they're so powerful, I'm going to read them to our listeners right now.
Yes, sir.
Your mission statement says that the mission of Another Level Youth and Family Services is to build people through counseling, compassion, and commitment. And then you go on with your vision statement to say that the vision of Another Level Youth and Family Services is to promote growth and success throughout the company for its staff and clients.
Yes, sir.
Powerful indeed. Now, how do you empower both your clients and your staff?
Wow. Empowerment is deep and it's broad. What I like to do is to give things to our staff, to the workers of Another Level, beyond just work and check trade. I want to give more than that. So what I give resources to better wellness for themselves, for their household. We just had, one of our staffs to buy their first homes. I was able to be a key part in that in terms of directing and giving resources to get that done. We give a lot of information about credit. We give a lot of information about health and wellness to our staff, financial wellness, even small things. I'm a car guy, so I try to help. Of course, this business is 80% female, so I try to help those who need and who want it. Things like that to just be an additional help and resource beyond just the worker relationship. How we empower our families is kind of the same thing. I give that resource to the councils. The councils pass those resources on to the clients, and it's a reciprocal. That way, they're getting the services that they signed up for, absolutely. But we try to go exceedingly and abundantly by giving them things that we know that can be a key part of their success. Even after we're done with our services in their home, we want things to be long lasting for the years to come, generations to come, that we had a key cornerstone part in that process.
It sounds as though you are building a culture of excellence.
Absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely. I think that's one of the things as an owner I took precedent in terms of not just going in a home, spending the length of time that we agreed to spend doing our quote unquote jobs and leaving. I don't think that's really being a true advocate and a true contributor to the communities if you're just going to do it for a short period of time. What we need to do is do something long lasting, longevity. Case in point, like right now, with everything going on, COVID-19 and things of that nature, I myself has personally taken the responsibility to keep the staff of another level and the families of another level protected even further. So what we've decided to do is to go full virtual for a time period because of, Hampton Roads has been listed as a unfortunate hotspot for the COVID-19. With that being said, and being that we're community service, we've fallen back a little bit, and I want to protect the staff. I want to protect the families. So we're going to go full virtual just to make sure that we are doing the best we can to be an example for the entire community in terms of being an advocate part of reducing the spread of COVID-19.
Now, you offer an array of services. What are the most popular and in demand?
Our biggest service is intensive in-home. And what intensive in-home is working with children, adolescent, and youth from the age of 5 up to 18, even 19 if they're still in school. And what that is for anyone who's exemplifying, some behavior concerns. And again, the behavior concerns can be anything from depression, anxiety, bullying, things of that nature. We come in to be an advocate and a voice, and to steer that ship to calmer waters. Some families, they just don't have the tools, the education, and the knowledge to really understand someone that's having anger issues at 8, 9, 10 years old. That's where we come in at as qualified mental health professionals, to be an advocate, sometimes for the parents of the child to the parent, for the families to the school systems, and whoever else is a key part in that child's life. So for us, there are a plethora of services that we could offer, but Starbucks sells coffee, KFC sells chicken. Our number one service is intensive at home.
Now, this is the $1 million question. How do clients pay for your services?
It's a good question. Clients don't pay. We are licensed and state funded. So anyone that qualifies for the service, we are compensated and reimbursed by the state from several different insurance platforms such as Optima, Anthem, Centera. Wow, the list goes on. Several different Medicaid accepted insurance providers that we are reimbursed for providing services. So it's a zero out-of-pocket cost for any family that's participating in our services.
That is really good to know. Now, your typical client, who would that be?
A typical client is someone who again is exemplifying areas of concern. I'm not a fan of you may have heard the word at-risk youth. I gotta beg to differ. After being in the business almost 10 years, and I used those words in the beginning because that's what I knew and that was what spread around. But after really getting it, understanding, being a little bit more involved, I don't like the word at-risk youth. So I say if they experiencing some type of behavior concerns at school, at home, in the communities, then that's a time where we can come in and be of assistance. So anyone that's experiencing that type of situation, bullying, anxiety, depression, any mental health concerns that someone has, we come in with that. Some kids may have IEPs and things of that nature, may be on probation, for the older population, may have been in a higher level of care, may have been even in a psychological institute for a period of time. Those are the clients that we service who would definitely qualify for services.
Well, you have given us a plethora of information so far. And to our listening audience out there, if you are interested in this type of conversation and more, Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, connect with us on Twitter and Instagram, and like our Facebook page. And remember to leave us a comment telling us what or who you would like to hear from. Now, Mrs. Davis, you mentioned Hampton Roads earlier, and that's in Virginia. What other parts of Virginia do you cover?
Well, due to our license and the way that they structure service providers like myself, they give you a 50-mile radius. And the reason is being because they don't want agencies overlapping and extending beyond their full ability and potential to service clients. Just to kind of clarify that a little bit, our headquarters office is in Newport News. So we can service all of Tidewater, Hampton Roads from New Kent, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Suffolk, and parts of Southampton County. And the reason why they want you to be accessible to provide the best service possible. If someone had to drive an hour to see a client, how mentally refreshed are they going to be by having to deal with traffic, so forth and so on. So that's why they kind of condensed it to 50 miles. So we can service all of Hampton Roads. Right now, I'm actually sitting in our Williamsburg location, which is here on Richmond Road. So we definitely service Williamsburg, and being that I'm a resident of Williamsburg, I have a higher level of contribution to the city of Williamsburg.
So in other words, you're not driving to Charlottesville.
No, sir, we're not driving to Charlottesville. Anytime we have gotten calls, and we actually do have relationships with other providers in the Roanoke area. So anytime, especially like with foster care and things of that nature, anytime there's a transition from there here, then we get a call and we're able to provide that service. But no, we're not. Like I can't send my staff to Charlottesville unless they're going on vacation.
Understood. Now, what if I wanted to become a counselor at another level? What background, training, or credentials would I need?
Yes, sir. First thing, of course, is need a degree in a human service field, and that's a whole laundry list of different degrees that's acceptable: psychology, counseling, marital counseling, things of that nature. Once you have the 4-year degree, they like you to have 1 year of experience working in this particular field, because it is different. It's not, a sit on the couch, tell me your problems type of environment. They want you to get acclimated to it. So 1 year of experience working in this field, working with the clientele is needed. And from that, you have to have the necessary hours to be what's called a certified, qualified mental health professional. For short, the industry title it as QMHP. Once you have those things, check those boxes, you're ready to rock and roll to really service the community from a experienced and knowledgeable perspective. Can't have one without the other.
And lastly, how can our listeners get more information about Another Level?
Oh, sure. There's a couple of ways you can get in contact with us. Easiest way is, of course, give us a call. The number is 757-419-3329. Our website is full of information, and that's www.alyfs.net. Also on the website, you can submit a confidential referral. The referrals come straight to the queue, and then from that point, it's distributed to our point of contact to reach out to the families to get the appointment done either in the office or at the home. Follow us on Instagram. Instagram is ALYFS_Williamsburg, and we're on Facebook, Another Level, of course, on Facebook, and check our information out. I'm actually on LinkedIn, Ronnie Davis Jr. on LinkedIn. A lot of good content up there to where resources, information about what's going on, particularly now with COVID-19. So yes, a lot of ways you can get in contact with us.
There aren't too many ways that we can't get in contact with you. You're on all the social media platforms, phone number, email, and everything. Great.
COVID-19 has heightened all our technology, so we had to kind of make it work.
It has made all of us reach outside of our comfort zones. Indeed, indeed.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
Mr. Ronnie Davis Jr., thank you very much for enlightening us on another level, Youth and Family Services LLC. Again, I am your host, Charles Gates. This is Local Legislator Live at 11. We come to you live Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, Monday through Friday. And again, our mission through locallegislator.net, which this is a component of, is to be the premier source of local election information in the U.S. and an advocate for the sustainability of local businesses nationwide, such as my friend here, Ronnie Davis Jr. We are we are live here today, and again, please subscribe to all of our social media channels: YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Connect with us, subscribe, and most importantly, leave a comment for what you would like to hear and who would you would like us to talk to in the future, because this is simply about education. Again, thank you, Mr. Ronnie Davis, for your time,
So,
sir. You enjoy yourself, and most of all, be safe in this environment. And to our listeners out there, remember, we're not global, we are local. We're locallegislator.net, and this is Local Legislator Live at 11. Everyone enjoy your day, and stay tuned tomorrow, where our guest will be the chairperson for Williamsburg-James City County School Board, Miss Lisa Omby. Make sure you stand by for that. It's going to be a wonderful conversation. Mr. Davis, take care of yourself. Best of
yes,
luck to
sir.
you, sir.
Thank
And
you.
to our listeners, take care of yourself. We will see you tomorrow.